Peace, my family, and raw back to all those coming out of that good cocoon for the first time. Welcome to Sugar the Butterfly. We about to take off. Let's fly. Just want to send you all the good healing energy your way. Peace, love, happiness, harmony, and abundance. Hope you guys are out there keeping your mind in that good mind. How y'all feeling? Hope you guys are most definitely moving on up in your higher natures and cleansing. Yeah, for sure, family. You know we gotta cleanse. Cleansing the lows. Seriously. Alright. So, I came here today to express. And a question came into me, so this is for you. Alright? And it was asked, how do I obtain the calmness I keep? And that's a very good question. And so, this is my answer. Family, it comes with practice. It comes with time. And it comes with healing. And it comes with honesty and speaking the truth. Family, when you begin to go through life and everything that we go through with our trials and tribulations, the ups and downs, the ugliness of life, realizing that this is life, this is the reality of life, is not something that particularly is all the way happening to us, right? Life is many lessons and so many tests. And once you begin to truly sit with that and realize these things, the Most High is testing us in many different ways and strengthening us through our lessons that we must learn. And again, that's the key. We have to learn our lessons. Because again, family, when we're going through life and we're not learning our lesson, that causes inner trauma, that causes no peace, no calmness. And when you begin to understand that life is for you to learn what you came here to learn, to help you when you're moving on to the next, right? Taking it with you. So it's very important that we learn the lessons that is needed to learn. And it's all about taking your power back, right? Being true to yourself, being honest with yourself, being your whole self. And it's funny how the world teaches you to be nothing but yourself, right? It teaches you to be everything but yourself. You know what I mean? Everything that's portrayed here, out here, is spiritually not in alignment with who you are. And when you get back into alignment with who you are, that brings that inner peace and calmness. And for me, that's what brings that inner peace and calmness. Also, meditation also helps me to bring that inner peace and calmness. Because when I meditate, that calms me. It's good to take in, breathing exercises. We must learn to breathe again. And our master teacher, Dr. Malachi has given us the breath book, and it is on the channel if you are interested. It's on the channel. It's called The Breath, and it helps you to get those, exercises going, those practices going, where it begins to help you manage the breath of life, one moment. And also, when I'm feeling like I need more calmness, right? I ask the Most High for comfort. And during my meditation, that's what I asked for. I asked the Most High to comfort me, and He brings me a sense of comfort around me when I ask. The key thing is ask, and you shall receive, right? So it's about asking and talking to the Most High when you feel a certain way. Getting in a room or by yourself, sitting with yourself in silence, where only thoughts that you hear is your own. And a lot of people, I realize, that are afraid of that, hearing your own self speak. And that's a question mark within itself, because the question becomes, why are we afraid to listen to ourselves and our own thoughts? And a lot of people say because, we can't lie to ourselves, can't lie to ourselves. The truth always comes out. But the question becomes, what are you afraid of? Because when the truth comes out, that's healing. When the truth comes out, that makes you feel better. When the truth comes out, that's calmness, right? Because you know now. And when you begin to truly know, like truly know, you begin to see things like no other. And when you begin to really be honest with yourself about everything that you go through, right? You know what I mean? Like, we all have these lessons in life we have to go through. And this is a test that comes in our lives from childhood on, to see how we're going to move, to see how we're going to act, to see if we're going to be obedient to the Most High throughout our lives. And it's up to us for the lessons that come to see how you stand in it. Do you stand in truth or not, right? And those are lessons, because as you begin to continue to fall sometimes, and you may not learn the lesson then, that it continues to repeat itself. It continues to keep coming around until you actually, pass the test, right? Learn the lesson. And that's what life's about, learning the lesson. And that brings calmness when you finally learned your lesson. And family, when you begin to open up, the crown chakra, and begin to truly feel again, because you know how the world always, in a lot of the music, it always teaching you about not being in your feelings and not opening up that, crown chakra, because that's what it's going to take. You're going to be in your feelings to open up that crown chakra. You're going to have to feel again. But most of the time, people are, using coping, mechanisms and artificial substances to, cope with life, and numbing themselves to how they truly feel, and acting like it's not real, And that's a big mistake, because family, whatever you're feeling is real, and it's for a reason. And it's your job to figure out what is really triggering you and where it's coming from. And it's on us to not allow, and it's practice, right? Not allow external situations to govern our internal condition. And once you begin to really see this, that's where the calm and the peace comes from. When you begin to be at peace with yourself, because guess what, family? You're honest with yourself. You're not hiding anything. You've spoken your truth. You said what you needed to say. Another thing, it's about expressing yourself honestly. It's about getting it out. One thing about me is I don't keep anything in, right? I find a way to get it out. And that also heals me, because when I don't get it out, it bothers me to my core, right? And when things come up, when situations happen, when problems come up, that's when I have a sit down. That's when I have a talk with whoever I have the issue with, right? and begin to truly express myself how I really feel. And the feeling doesn't really go away until I do this. Now, I can also sit with the Most High and speak on the situation as well. And if the conversation is not had and healing through time, and then when the situation comes in divine timing where we're ready to have that conversation, then it'll happen, right? And that also brings me the calmness, right? So it's about facing reality for what it is. And once you begin to learn more about life through what the Most High has created this life to be, because that's all that matters. You can get opinions from men and all these different people, and ultimately at the end of the day, to me, it doesn't really matter, right? All that matters is what the Most High says, because He's created us. He's created this planets, universes, cosmos, right? And so why not get the facts from the source, right? That's where the calmness comes in. And as you begin to learn more, you're no longer panicking about this, that, and the other, because you already know. And as you continue to learn more and more about life and what this all is, what this place really is, an earth school, you begin to see that we got lessons to learn, because these lessons are going to be needed in the next life. And either way, whether people know it or not, you got to learn the lesson. You're going to learn it either way, or, you know. And the way my uncle used to say it, if you don't learn, you will repeat the class. The school of life, right? I love you. Alright now. So, what I mean by that is, the calmness comes from within. And in time, with practice, with being real with yourself, and facing your situations and examining them for themselves, that brings a sense of calmness and peace. When you begin to really see what the Most High has come to bring you, it brings you peace and love. That heart chakra, when you begin to express your true feelings, because truth is love and love is truth, that also brings a form of peace and calmness, because you are getting it out of your system, things that are happening in your life. Most of the time, people keep it all in and just try to drink it all away, smoke it all away, or use other drugs to do that, or people, sex, all different types of things to keep them distracted or keep them feeling a sense of, temporary pleasure, but it's not really curing the problem. And that's what it's about. It's about facing the issues and the problems that you have head on. Because if not, I know for myself, if I do not face what's really happening inside of me, or whatever is surfacing up inside of me, because you will feel it coming on up, where it starts to bother you, right? If you don't express it, right? If you don't have a conversation with that person, right? It's still going to be sitting there until you do. And whether that's writing a letter, whether that is talking to that person, whether that is speaking to the Most High about the person and giving it to Him. Either way, you're getting it out. Because the key thing here is not lying to yourself about it. A lot of people lie to themselves about a lot of different things. Lying about how they truly feel. And that is our biggest mistakes out here. Because once you begin to be true to yourself and honest with yourself, that's love. And that brings you that inner peace and calmness. And throughout all the chaos that is happening in the world, You know that the Most High is with you through it all, the whole way. And that brings me calmness because I know that the Most High is with me the whole way. And you begin to see the signs of the Most High. You begin to see the answers you need through time if you're paying attention, right? And I know for me, sometimes the communication comes through different ways. Different signs I receive and actual communication, right? And how you build up to that point, though, is you have to learn more about yourself and who you really are in the eyes of the Most High, right? And that is renewing your history. That is knowing your history and renewing your history in the holy tablets and the pamphlet of peace by our master teacher, Dr. Malachi, your elder, right? Knowledge that is needed for you to understand that the realm you're in, the matrix you're in, the world that you're in, and the life around you, and the planet you're on, and the universes, the vast universes that are all us in it. And we must understand that when you begin to accept and realize the reality of life and getting the right knowledge from our Creator, right? The fashioner, right? When you begin to truly get that true treasure within, because that's treasure, that brings you inner peace and calmness, right? Because you know why you're here. You know what you came here to do. You know your purpose. Get back to the Most High. You know what you came here to do. And that brings you calmness. And no one can take that peace from you from within, because the Most High has given it to you. And you have given it to yourself because you're being honest with yourself about everything that transpires in your life, whether good or bad, right? You're being honest because this is what life's about. It's not always butterflies, right? You're gonna go through some things, but just know that all that it is when you're going through things is gonna bring you out well learned. If you're learning your lessons and warm wisdom for the next lesson to come. And it's all building you up to your godlyhood, right? Realizing that you're moving on up into the position that the Most High wants you to be in. And through time, and you learning through practice, the peace, you begin to feel it. And once you do, no one will be able to take that peace away, because it doesn't come from external things. It comes from the Most High. It comes from within. And once you begin to connect back and attune yourself with the Most High, back again, the calmness will come over you, and you'll begin to not let nothing come in the way of that, and you begin to see things truly for what they are, not what you want it to be. Because guess what? Everything is a treasure in disguise. So you might feel like, why is this happening to me? Why is all these things happening to me? Why does it feel like all of these things is falling apart? Remember, it's falling apart for a reason. And that means that the Most High is preparing you to fulfill your highest potential and your true destiny. So let it fall, will it go? Whatever is meant, let it go. Because that right there is going to make you lighter. Not heavy, right? feeling heavy, worried about all these things. But when you begin to put your trust in the Most High, when you begin to ask the questions that you need from the Most High and get your answers from the Most High, that will bring you so much calmness. And that's how you obtain it. Because as the Most High continues to keep feeding you what you need, because the Most High gives you all the things that you need, not what you want, because that want leads to suffering, blind desires. Want leads to blindness and blinding you of the things in this world. It blinds you. Once you begin to see things, truly see, and your first eye begin to open, seeing truly who you are spiritually. In time, these are all time, and everybody has a different divine time of this happening for them, depending on how they move in it all in life, right? And how long it takes people to learn certain lessons that the Most High is trying to teach us. That continues to build up that inner peace and calmness from within. And as you begin to really see yourself for who you are, that brings you inner peace. And no matter what's happening on the outside of you, you obtain that calmness because you know the Most High is with you. So, that's a good place to stop. Alright, now, again, family, if you have any other questions, you can leave it in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer. On that note, family, hope you all know that you are loved beyond this world, and in it, begin to spread that love one to another. Be the peace that you seek. Release our master teacher, Dr. Malachi L. Peace, shalom, ashe, divine love, family, and Wadu. And one more thing, it just came to me. If you're feeding yourself a lot of animal-based things too, if you're taking in what the animal has eaten, you're taking in the animal, right? That can also cause you to have inner peace. It will also cause you to, stress and illness, right? In time, right? And it will cause that chaos within. And so it's very important also to obtain that calmness that you are eating to live. And you're eating live foods, not dead foods, not, things that are dead. That also is going to help you bring in and maintain that calmness, because you're taking in the adrenaline from the animal being killed inside of your body, and that can also build up within your body, and you're wondering why you feel a certain way, because also is how you eat. And make sure you also are taking in water, because your body is made up of 70% or 75% of water. So it's very important that you're taking in water in some way, shape, or form, right? You can use it by fruits, water, water, fruits, watermelon, water, and other things, water. But yeah, I just wanted to remind you of that. And that's also going to bring you that, obtaining that calmness from within, because it is how you eat. Because you realize that most people, a lot of people in other countries and things like that, you find that a lot of people are more calm because, they're not really, many people that are calmer that are not like meat eaters, right? They're a lot calmer people that don't eat meat, right? And also, the caffeine-free teas and herbs and things like that. Also got herbs that can also help you to calm your nerves and things like that. So I do that as well. Forgot about that. Alright, yeah. I do that as well. That helps too. And it also helps me to bring the energies and meditation. Music by Master Teacher Dr. Malachi helps me. So, again, attuning yourself to the natural sound of the universe, keeping yourself in tune. That right there also, videos is on YouTube. If you want to check that out, it's on the channel too. Alright? Not on my channel, but on other channels, other people, other students, they're also putting out, the right knowledge videos and things like that. I love y'all. Alright? So, again, yeah, that sums it up. So again, free, I'm Master Teacher Dr. Malachi L. Peace, salam, ashuk, divine love, family, and watch it. And it's off.